So, welcome back everybody. I hope you had a nice Christmas day and got presents aplenty, so to speak. Today I want to share with you one of the last instances I've flown a bomber before patch 1.37 hit. This is one of the very rare occasions where I actually got into the Ruhr map with my V-17. Normally I end up somewhere deep in the southern Pacific, where you can basically just one time bomb the enemy carrier group and then have nothing to do except crash land, because you're lacking some even the most basic airfield to rearm. And the Ruhr map on the other hand has two airfields and quite a bunch of area targets. I really suck at bombing basically the small moving targets. I've tried this numerous times, but actually in arcade battles I'm not bad, but in historical battles I don't know if they widen the gaps between the bombs that you drop, or if they're affected by wind or anything, I don't know. But if I do the same thing basically that I do in arcade battles, I can't hit anything. Probably hit like a friend of mine said, I can't even hit the side of the Queen Mary with a medicine ball, or the inside of a barn. On the other hand, these area targets that are here on this map, they're actually quite nice for such a bomber like this. You can hear the anti-aircraft gun. One of the objectives starts to fire at me. So as you can see, I'm not really climbing, I'm not really diving to pick up speed. I'm just cruising along at 360 kilometers an hour, and we're now approaching the target. Normally they're just like barracks or I don't know, factories. Now I'm releasing all my bombs, and basically I'm not sticking around. I'm going straight west here to circle around to go to the airfield and rearm. I'm not going east because there you can see the first of the enemy fighters are popping up. You can see here very nicely. Basically destroyed the enemy base, as they call it here. I'm pretty sure it's some kind of barracks or anything. So I'm now starting my long way home, and at the same time there's a B-17 that's right off to our east now. He's continuing on to the middle area target. There you can see him. And I really hope that he would take that one out, because if he would have taken that one out, we should have been probably right about finished here and then right about victorious. But unfortunately his bombs fell a little bit off turret, and we need to do another whole run here. But we'll see that in a second. Now you can see him here. He's now he's going for the ground targets there, and then for the base. You can see some of his bombs actually hit the base, but they're not enough for damage, or they're not doing enough damage to actually destroy this. At the same time, you can see here our fighters are going into furballs with the enemy fighters, the enemy Focke-Wulfs. And it seemed to me at the time of this battle that we're pretty evenly matched. Our fighters take down some of their fighters take down some of our fighters. There you can see it's the B-17 only destroyed a quarter of that area target, so we need to return to base and rearm. The first B-17, you can see him down there. He's already starting his landing approach, and by the time I'm getting there, he'll probably be rearmed and taking off again. From what I've generally found, oh yes, this was the time when the Spitfire, the American premium Spitfire, was still not on sale, but present in the game in its more broken form. So many of our guys are sporting the Spitfire, so even though on paper they shouldn't be able to fight out the Germans, we're probably pretty good here and should be able to win this. You can see one of the B-17 is already now has landed now, and I didn't realize it at this time, but I'm coming in here way too hot. I'm way too fast. My climb rate is for a plane this big is way too high. My climb rate, not the drop rate, the sink rate of the B-17. But I'm always a bit cautious, because basically one of the Focke-Wulfs, if they have one of the Umrüstsätze, the U2 variants, as they're called in the plane screen, in the plane selection screen, which sports like 4 additional cannons. He just has to do one pass on a B-17 and can shoot the B-17 to bits. Especially at this stage of the landing, the B-17 is a sitting duck. So you can see me here, and you can see I'm way too fast. I'm still doing about 280 kilometers. I'm falling at least 5 meters per second, but on the plus side, the other B-17 is now already starting to climb again. I'm sorry. The B-17 has reset and is starting its takeoff run now, and you can see here I'm way too fast. Yes. Well, it's going to take a little bit longer than I anticipated to get back up, but well, I have to admit I'm not really proficient in landing B-17s, because normally you don't land B-17s in historical battle, because A, you're a bit dumb if you really play it in historical battles, because you normally just end up as cannon fodder for the enemy, and B, even if you play it, you normally have nowhere to land on the maps, because matchmaking doesn't really consider that. And you can see here the B-17 is taking off. And this, especially what he's now doing here, the other B-17 in the background is coming back again as well. What he just did will be of great significance. Great significance. No, that's wrong. Great significance. 3 times the charm. To me in a second here. You will see this in a very soon. You can see here I'm resetting now. And what you're about to see is, I don't know if I'm doing it fundamentally wrong or if there's something else, because I've throttled up, I've deployed my flaps, I'm giving it all I've got. I'm using what the equivalence of wartime emergency power this bomber has is, and it won't. I mean, I'm up to 170 kilometers an hour, but it won't lift off. And the end of that runway, suddenly, it's coming closer, very fast. And this was basically the point where the other B-17 lifted off. And I can't get it to lift off anyway. Right now I'm pulling back on the controls as hard as I can. You can see I'm slowly climbing, but it's not enough. And now I'm actually going down, and yeah. Right. This is what happens when you fly a B-17 and don't have enough runway. And I tried this actually in test flights, and I tried this on other maps as well, and I can't seem to get the B-17 off the ground anywhere with possible other than resetting and starting in the air again. So if you have any comments on this and can perhaps tell me what I'm doing wrong, I tried to lock the brakes and spool up the motors beforehand. If you have any comments, if you know what I'm doing wrong, please help me out here, because I certainly have lost faith in my ability to start or take off from an airfield, and it would be really nice if I knew what I was doing wrong. So, till the next time, see you guys soon, and thanks for watching. Bye.